She wants to pin me down, but I won't let her. So, I won't let you pin me down right now, honey. She wants to play hard and pin me down and be spoiled. She's confused because there's people.
Okay, we are live. Live. It's alive.
Well, where's that live?
Once again, my internet is rubbish. I have no idea if people can hear me or not, or see me, or if I'm frozen. I really don't know.
We can hear you.
But anyway.
Still don't have the little live thing up in the corner.
Okay. Am I moving?
Yes.
Yeah, it's live here. We're live for 40 whole seconds. And we're joined by Elijah Hickman. Yay!
Hey!
You do the intros, Carl.
Well, that's my grandnephew. That's who
everybody
knows. My grandnephew.
Your grandnephew.
Yep. My oldest brother's grandson.
Okay.
The one for Christmas / high school graduation last year, I gave like 4 long boxes of comics to. Have we ever come up with a number yet? It's close to 1,000 or more, isn't it?
Yeah, it's close, I think.
Yeah. Just kind of went, here's 1,000 comic books, buddy.
Were you actually interested in comics before?
Yes, yeah. I already had like maybe 75% of a small box before Kyle gave me 4 more long boxes to add to it.
So what was in your short box before you got comics from Kyle? What were you interested in?
Just random pickups that I found on my own. I don't have it on me right now. It's actually at Kyle's mom's house still. I need to bring it to my house.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm trying to think. It just had a bunch of different random pickups that I got.
Picked up. You weren't collecting anything in particular. You weren't Spider-Man or.
I mean, it had a majority of Spider-Man, but it still had some variety to it.
Yeah. Okay. And what's the favorite thing that
Mama Kyle's in the chat?
What's the favorite thing that Kyle gave you? What Kyle gave you is your favorite?
Well, I can show you actually.
Oh, okay.
There's a few different favorites, but actually, this one is my favorite that Kyle gave me.
Nice.
That is very nice. Daredevil. Is that the first Daredevil 3?
Yeah.
Nice.
That is very cool.
That beats my earliest Daredevil. My earliest Daredevil is the last yellow suit.
You've got his yellow suit on.
Yeah, that's the first one I've got. I think it's number 5. I think it's 6. The last one of the yellow suit. I think is the one I've got.
Of course, it is difficult to pick a favorite out of all the stuff that Kyle gave me because there's a lot.
Yeah.
So what else? Show off a little bit more.
What about favorite read? Have you got a favorite read out of all the ones that you got?
Favorite read.
The ones you managed to read so far.
I'm just gonna kind of go in order of what I have. So here's some of the signed ones that Kyle gave me.
Oh, okay. Free Mind.
As you can see, there's this signature here.
Who's that?
Bob Layton. That's Bob Layton.
Bob Layton.
Who is it?
This one is signed.
He's a well-known name.
That's Jay Lee.
Oh, nice.
That's cool. Daredevil cover.
Dynamic Forces.
Stuff like that, yeah. And the Free Mind had a Michelini on it too. That's Will Portaccio. That's signed by Will Portaccio.
Cool.
And then this one is signed inside the front cover by Peter David.
Oh, very nice. So Janet Martinez must be your great grandmother.
Yes.
Oh, very impressive.
Just going with some of the more stuff that I have pulled out. We have here. Oops. I have a Journey into Mystery 101.
Very nice. Yeah, that's nice.
Oh yeah.
Here's Fantastic 473.
Great issue.
I'm not sure I've got that one. I don't think
I know I haven't. Nice one to have, though. Nice cover.
So who picked these out? When he said,
I think it ties.
when Kyle told you he was going to give you lots of comics, did he just give you
Like Daredevil.
or did you get to choose?
No, Kyle did all the selecting.
I figured out the characters he liked. I like had him send me the top 10 of his favorite characters and gave him a broad mix of everything: Marvel, DC, Indie.
Yes. There's a lot of variety.
Well, just keep on going, buddy. You're on the spotlight.
Okay.
Keep on showing stuff. Tell about it. Tell a story about what you like about it or something.
Okay, well, here's the first Marvel Zombie. I have that.
Oh yeah, that's nice. I haven't got that either. Yeah, you've got some good stuff.
And that's the variant cover.
I've never seen that cover. That's great.
Yeah, that's the variant cover to Ultimate 21.
Let's see.
We say it was first on.
It's
First Marvel
first Marvel Zombies.
Right. I'm trying to see if I pulled something out or not.
I mean, I gave him treasuries. I gave him punches from the 1880s. I gave him books. Just if I could find it, I'd give it up. If I had doubles, he definitely got it. But a lot of them I didn't have doubles of. I just like, yep, you like this, here you go.
Are you guys related?
That's my grandnephew.
Oh, okay.
That's my big brother's grandson. And then Jan Martinez in the chat here is my mom / his great grandma.
Oh, wow. Very cool. I did not know that.
I have this pulled out, which Kyle didn't give this to me, but I found this by myself. But here's another book I like that's in my collection. Oh, I just had it.
I believe that might have been drawn by Dave Garcia, friend of ours, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
He also drew some Tick issues. And, of course, he's known for Panda Con, which I don't know if anyone remembers that one. I do. That's a beautiful cover.
Panda Con.
Panda Con, yeah, from the 80s. By Dave Garcia and Monica Sharp's wife. In fact, it's about to become an animated series. It came out around the same time as Usagi Yojimbo, the Rabbit Samurai.
Okay, well, hang on.
That looks like a Kirby hand coming at us.
Anything you got there, if you have a mixing desk.
Well, of course, I'm open to any questions as well if you guys have any of those, and I can always go get more to show off too.
Well, I do want to show off one thing. I got this Saturday.
That's lovely.
You showed your journey into mystery. This is about 10 issues, I think, after it became Thor. The title changed over to Thor. And this is a nice copy. And I figured, I'm not a guy to try to get things that I think are gonna trend or anything. But since High Evolutionary is going to be the villain in Quantum Mania, or not Quantum Mania, in
yeah, it is Quantum Mania.
No, it's Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Yeah. Sorry.
And I'm sorry, I keep getting them mixed up. But I figured it wasn't a bad time to buy that one.
No.
But, and you don't see pretty copies like that very often.
Yeah, no, I like that. That's a great comic. That one. If I see that at a reasonable, I've got 2 or 3 copies of that now. It's
oh, really? Wow.
Yeah. I started buying it about 18 months ago because it was heavily undervalued, 18 months ago. It was really quite a cheap key. First appearance of the High Evolutionary. I think it's the fourth appearance of Galactus. So after Galactus appears in the trilogy, the 48, 49.
I forgot. Yeah, I forgot all about that. Yeah, the Galactus is like almost a whole nother animal in this one.
Yeah, so I think that's his fourth appearance in
wow, that's great.
Everyone say hi to Uncle Brent.
Hi,
Was that
Uncle
great?
Brent. That's
Hi,
my
Uncle
brother.
Oh,
My
hey.
brother's watching with her.
so
Yeah,
it's
it became Thor in 126, so that's 9 issues after it became Thor.
Yeah.
From Jim.
I will know this. Who's the creature that the High Evolutionary creates? Man Beast, is it?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, so it's the first appearance of Man Beast as well, and it's also the first appearance of Sir Ocelot.
Oh wow, yeah, and it's also it also has a brief cameo by the Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver.
Oh yeah,
which then Byrne used when he did those stories years later in Avengers. Where you thought for a while they had been exposed to the High Evolutionary, and that was really a red herring.
Yeah,
they were raised by Magneto's kids.
Bova, the cow woman, kind of raised them though at one point, didn't she?
Bova the nurse, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Bova.
Who they gave a few nods to in the Scarlet Witch miniseries.
Yeah. Yeah. That's funny.
So did you pick that up from your mate who's just opened that?
Yeah, and I'll show you the other two. So I picked this up for $100 the other day, which I thought was a fair price.
Yeah,
but he threw in these two illegal Tarzans.
Oh yeah, you told me about that. I didn't know about that at all. So
yeah, there were only 4, so I have half the collection now. but yeah, I'm sure you guys probably know the story. But in '64, Charlton, one of their attorneys told them, "Oh yeah, by the way, Tarzan is now public domain," which was patently false, and so they got 4 issues out before they got the cease and desist orders. and which I find hilarious, but I'm surprised more people don't know about it, because it seems like it'd be one of those big slip ups everybody would have heard about. But
we don't hear much about Charlton over here. It's not something that we
Tarzan
really
was public domain in 2015.
Well, but he's still trademarked by Edgar Rice Burroughs, so they can use the stories, but they can't like have Tarzan on the cover or the name Tarzan. So I mean, I guess you could do a Jungle Comics or something like that.
Even after now that we've hit the 100-year mark on him, isn't he public domain once they hit 100 years?
I don't think so. If it's also trademarked, if it's trademark, I have lawyer friends that can explain it to me. So next week I'll come in with
now granted that depends on the trademark too, and that could have gone in like 29 when they did the syndication or whatever, right, of it. So that could potentially be it. But yeah, copyright law says after 100 years it doesn't matter, you're 3 generations past the creation. So
well, it's because of Disney that it's 100 years now. It was 75. But every time it'd get close to Mickey Mouse being in that domain, they in public domain, they would go to Congress and lobby them to extend it. And so they went to 85 years, and then they went to 100 years, and it just cracks me up.
Now they've got 5 more years. Do you know the day Mickey Mouse becomes public domain?
It's actually in 1928. I don't know is it in November?
Yep, November. It's my birthday.
It is
November
your birthday?
18th, November 18th, 2028. November 18th. I share a birthday with Mickey Mouse.
Well, you know what's weird about
Willie
that
debuted on my birthday.
Is pastor from my church growing up. he was born on that actual day and year. And he always talked about sharing his birthday and date with Mickey Mouse. So
Well, there you go.
Isn't that-
Yeah,
isn't that
I don't
funny?
share the year. I wasn't born till 66, but
Yeah, a little bit later.
yeah.
I know we're bound.
I'm probably the oldest person on this show, so I'm guessing.
so have you seen how many people have been buying up your book, Bill? Mark's showed it off on a video. Nauman showed it off on a video.
Well, thanks, fellas. That means a lot
everybody-
to me.
Buying up your book.
That-
Oh, look, it's Bill's book.
What?
That's at least two people have bought it for.
Well, you know what's so funny?
That's at least 50. That's at least 50 cents you're going to get off Amazon now.
That's right. Yay. 50
Uh,
cents.
Now, I haven't bought my copy yet because I'm actually waiting for a signed one in the mail. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Yeah. So I got a signed one coming to me. So, right. All right. You sending me a signed one still, Bill?
What's that?
You still sending me a signed one?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah,
In fact, I'm getting a bunch delivered this week. So
Oh.
you're not, and I actually can send you this one.
Like I said, it's got to be autographed, buddy. You
It
have
will
to.
be. It will
You
be.
have to personalize it to me because that goes on my brag wall of books.
Aw. Well, you guys are killing me here today, but
So, Eli, that's the book he wrote with an interview with Neil Adams. He got to hang with Neil Adams.
have you got a favourite artist, Elijah?
What's that?
So Elijah got a favourite artist yet?
I don't think I have a favorite one yet. No.
Though he is a big fan of John Romita Sr. He loves that old
I
spy.
presume that's a self-portrait on the cover, is it?
What's that?
That's a self-portrait on the cover.
Yes. In fact, Alex paid him to do that,
Okay.
and then it was weird because he paid him to do it. He knew what was going on, and then when his kids brought him a copy of the book, he's like, "Oh, what's this?" And I don't know if he forgot or what, and he goes, "Oh, there's not nearly enough art in here. No, we're not going to do it this way." It's not even his product, but it was him, so we listened.
Yeah.
But Alex paid, I believe, it wasn't much, but he gave us like 20 more pages. And so the ones you guys have gotten have all the artwork in it. But
Okay.
it's kind of funny, some of the stuff that he picked himself. It kind of shocked me.
Hey, Brian.
Hey, Brian. Hey, Janet. Oh, thank you, Janet.
Congratulations.
It's very, very nice. Very nice to hear. I may have to just a few minutes. I may have to change my locale because my wife's home officing today, and my voice carries, and she's about to have a meeting. So I might go out and sit by my Skyride gondola in a few minutes.
Okie doke.
Just so you guys don't think I slipped away to Six Flags during the middle of the show.
That's what
So I did wear this today. This is my former podcast.
Yeah.
But we ought to get shirts at some point, guys. I would love to have shirts.
Yeah, we should. Yeah.
But we could do that easily. But I just, I got to tell you that the one thing that cracked me up this week, Mark, was right after you had talked about the Fantastic Four, #1 and the British edition and everything. I find one
You did.
at the secret comic book store. Can you pull that up, Graham?
Give me a sec, mate. Just get looking for it.
Okay.
Is it that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a British edition, which I had never seen before, and it's Providence that it was 3 days after you and I talked about it, and I go, this is really weird. So while I was still at the comic book store, I'm texting Mark and saying, "Look at this." And it's like, "Oh my god!"
How much were they asking for that then?
I think he wants it for bragging rights for the store. But Mark and I were talking. He could probably get about 8,000 for it. I would think, right, Mark?
Yeah. What do you say you paid for it? 6.5.
No, he paid 6.
So you paid 6. I think.
It probably would be 6.5 after. You have to pay a
buyer's premium
auction fee. Yeah.
So about 6.5. I think he gets 7.5 to 8. The problem is how much you get knocked off because you Americans have this strange thing about only liking dollars. So although that is far, far, far rarer than a cent, generally those sort of key comics tend to get quite a bit knocked off for the fact that they're pence copies, which is crazy.
That what?
Pence copies sell at a discount to cents copies, which is crazy because
it's because people are ignorant and don't know the truth. Like you blew me away. I've been collecting comics for 50 years, and I did not. Hey, 50 years this year, actually. Hey, but I never heard about that. So you really, this show is opening my mind, and that's why I'm glad. We have 2 guys from one side of the pond, 2 guys from the other side of the pond. I think that's a good and then a wonderful guest every week. So. That's a recipe for success, as far as I'm concerned.
Absolutely, yeah. No, pence copies. Between when you look at the CGC, actually record the cents copies and the pence copies separately, so you can go to any particular issue. I could go and look and see how many Fantastic Four #1 pence copies there are, and there'll probably be. It's usually 1 in 50, or between 1 in 50 and 1 in 100. So for every 50 to 100 cents copies, you'll get 1 pence copy.
It looks like it might clean up as well. Looking at it, it looks a bit grubby. Like maybe they could give it a bath and get a bit more colour in it. Maybe who knows?
I'd really want to soak that one, but
is it worth the risk?
Yeah, I wouldn't want to take the chance.
No, I wouldn't. No,
I don't know. I'm still bumming I didn't get your class copy before Alan got his grubby mitts in it. So.
Yeah, you were too slow after Mark. He swapped it for the first appearance of the Wasp.
What issue was that? Was that 38?
Something like that. Yeah.
And that's crazy, and that's another thing is like the female characters, their first appearances go so much less than the male characters.
Yeah,
like Black Widow, of course, has spiked a little bit in recent years, but not tremendously so.
I think Wonder Woman's the exception now. I think first appearance.
Well, of course.
She's golden age, isn't she?
She's golden age, yeah.
She's well old.
And she's Wonder Woman, so I mean, you can't
right.
But yeah, I did talk Alan out of the first appearance of Giant Man. I added that one to my collection from him. So.
Oh, nice.
The one with the eraser.
Yeah.
I love that character. I thought he was so stupid, but I mean, just the visual of and then half of me is gone. I love that.
Then I got the first Silver Age appearance of Captain America, or at least the prototype.
The fake one, the tumbler.
That was in Strange Tales 114, which is cool in itself having the cap, but it's also the 3rd appearance of Doctor Strange. So.
Right.
The latest Wonder Woman first appearance sales were very low.
Yeah.
Well, it's across the board, isn't it? I mean,
the 9.4 finally joined the $1 Million Club. So.
Wow.
The 9.4 of All Star joined the $1 Million Club last year.
I got into a big brouhaha over to slab or not to slab last week in the EC Attic group, and I mean, I won't even go there. But
I saw you getting into trouble, Bill. Yeah,
I know,
right.
I know. I am a troublemaker, but not ever on purpose.
Now, things that should be properly slabbed, of course, when they pulled Gaines's file copies. And those
I understand.
Those should be slabbed because they're Gaines file copies right out of his closet. But other than that, why would you slab them?
Well, I know, and to me, people slabbing a 9.8 that just came out last year, and then they want $100 more than it's worth because it's slabbed and graded, and it's like that. You know, that's a scam. And not only that, but there's a conflict of interest in the sense that the more valuable the book is, the more they charge you to slab it. And so they have a vested interest in grading it higher.
Yeah.
So you owe them more money.
Now,
And
granted,
they're also co-owned by Heritage. And Heritage now requires you to have it slabbed before they'll auction it. Now, you can't tell me they're not breaking some kind of law there.
Yeah.
I mean, there's something going on, and so
private business their own way.
And you know, I understand my friends that have these, you know, $25,000-$30,000 ECs, and they're going up phenomenally right now, and I can understand them slabbing, but just like you were saying, but these morons that are you know, putting out these books that just came out and they're slabbed, and they're like, oh, I have a slab copy, and it's like, so what? I mean, I'm not going to pay that much more for a slab.
Now, granted, after this past weekend's pediatric brain cancer fundraiser we did over the weekend, I got gifted my first 9.8, which is going straight to my wife, but it's a Walking Dead foil cover thing that's limited to like 300 to 500 copies. My wife likes The Walking Dead, and that one got gifted to me off a donation. But again, when it's, I'll accept that on a newer one if it's limited, if it's special, or if it's original artwork, you know, of course slab it. Or if it's,
I've got 5 whole slabs, mate. I'm a regular slab collector now. 5 whole slabs I've got.
I'm gonna have 9 once this one comes in. So
you got about 3 boxes in your Mark.
I've got, well, the way I like to describe it, it's less than 2% of my collection.
Yeah.
I've got about 200 of the things.
I think that's sensible though. Like, I think that if you can afford it, you got the money, and you got books.
The reason I'll give you the 3 reasons I slab. One, to protect old comics. So I recently acquired some really early, not your one, Carl. I haven't slabbed that yet, but there's some really early Detective and Batmans that were really fragile, and you could almost look at them and see them falling apart. And I thought, I've got to get these in a slab and protected to preserve them.
Yeah.
So
isn't that Batman 15 in great shape otherwise?
It is in good shape. So that's one of the reasons I haven't slabbed it, because it doesn't actually need it. Then the second reason I will do it is it adds significant value. Yeah, because
if you're reselling.
For instance, I've got, you know, I had a Fantastic Four 49 in raw condition, and it was in reasonable shape. Now, if I was to try and sell that, or my kids were to try and sell it after I'd gone, they're going to get a lot more for it if it's slabbed than if it isn't. So part of it is when my collection gets passed on, the people who pick it up, the valuable books, it's much easier for them to get it valued and to sell it than if they're raw.
Yeah.
So do you have that Batman 15 near handy to show Eli that's one I just couldn't give to him?
I haven't got it handy. It's hidden in my collection.
I've got some more comics he wants to share. Then Eli, you got some more comics you want to show us, mate?
Oh yeah, I went and got some more earlier out of the stuff that Kyle got me. I just grabbed some more inside this.
Oh yeah.
That's one of my favorite comics of all time.
Third appearance of Deathstroke.
Is it?
Yep.
I got given that by Simple Simon. Simple Simon sent me that all the way from Australia. I'd never even seen it until he showed it in a haul that he got. And I was like, I've never seen that before.
Oh, wait a minute. What's the black one on the back? He just turned it around. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's an early black suit.
Technically, first appearance, tied for the first appearance, even though that came out 3 weeks later.
Is that a Miller cover?
3 of them.
Is that a Miller cover?
I think it's a Miller cover with Rubenstein inks. Yeah.
I can't remember if it's that story or not, but there was an early appearance of the Black Suit where he gets attacked by a sonic attack and the suit doesn't react to it. The symbiote suit has no reaction to a sonic attack. And it's like, so it must have been before they decided they had a weakness to sonic.
Yeah.
Right.
I can't remember if it was that story or another one that came.
Oh, that's a beautiful one.
Oh, that's Kirby. Isn't it?
Yeah.
What's significant about that book?
First Machine Man.
Yep, First Machine Man.
Aaron Stack, I think his name is.
What, in 2001: A Space Odyssey?
Yeah.
Yep. 8, 9, and 10. It's
Yep.
first year.
And have you guys seen? And I'll pull up images for next week. But that's beautiful.
Nice cover.
He liked the first Yellow Jacket, so I cut loose my 59. I had 57, 59. I needed 58. I traded the first.
Who's Giant Man and who's Yellow Jacket on that
That's
cover?
in really good shape as well. That looks like a 7-8.
Is Giant Man Hawkeye in that one? And
Yeah.
Yellow Jacket is Hank Pym.
Yeah, Giant Man's Hawkeye in that one.
Oh, yeah.
So did you guys know that there were 3 other movie TV properties that Jack Kirby put together a presentation for? He did Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
He did The Prisoner, and he did Vincent Price's Abominable Dr. Fibes.
You mean
Okay.
the Prisoner of the TV series with on the Welsh Island?
Is it Patrick McGowan?
Patrick
Well, the
McGill.
artwork's beautiful.
Keep showing him, Eli. Just keep showing him while we're talking.
Oh, I'm sorry, buddy.
No, it's
Just
okay.
keep talking.
That's cool.
Aunt May.
My
That's
first
one of the
one,
best
man.
Aunt May covers, I must say. But my favorite Aunt May cover is when she gets married to Doc Ock.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that cover as a kid. I just thought that was what? My aunt is marrying my enemy.
I
You
did
need it from
a
19.
count. That's interesting because I did a count of how many females make an appearance on the cover of Amazing Spider-Man in the first number of issues.
Okay.
And it is really low. And do you know who the first 2 females on Amazing Spider-Man covers are?
I think I want to see.
It's Aunt May twice.
Oh, makes sense.
Yeah.
Who is it?
That makes sense. She was a major character.
Who, Aunt May?
Yeah.
What's the first 2?
First 2
Women
appearances.
appearances?
on the
Yeah, I'm
cover
not surprised.
of ASM. I went through and looked at them all, and there's very few women on the first 50 issues of Amazing Spider-Man cover.
Mm-hmm.
What number's that Medusa cover, Mark?
That is 60 something.
That's a great cover, that one.
Yeah, she's one of,
Now that right there, did that phone call? I got notification shut off and a phone call cut in, but y'all can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is the first Golden Age comic I ever bought for my own collection.
Okay.
What?
That's New Funnies 150. Like when I teased Rayman about getting his first comic book he got, that is the first Golden Age comic book I ever bought. What year's that from, Eli? Pop that out of there. Make sure you
I'm
take
one busy mama.
that out of there.
Okay. Give me a second.
So, but that's the first Golden Age comic book I ever bought like 35, 40 years ago. And I thought, what better to put in a collection that I'm passing on?
nice.
First Golden Age comic book I ever bought.
Yeah. So
You
That's
know
one of the few comics that have stayed in my collection for decades.
You know what's funny is a number of years ago, I bought a ton of the Andy Panda artwork and early stuff by Walter Lantz, and much of it signed. And I also own his very first Oswald drawing, which basically put Disney in a freak out, where he said, "No one will ever do this to me again. No one will ever take my creations." And basically that's how he became the empire he did, was everything had his name attached to it from then on.
Yeah.
But it's kind of funny. So that one picture I have, that one drawing I have, is basically the shot heard around the world when it comes to Disney.
There you go.
So
Eli,
it's,
is that 47, 49? Which one is
49.
that? 49. Issue number 150 from 1949. I got that from an LCS right after LCS has started opening in Indianapolis, like in maybe mid 90s. That was in my collection till a year and a half ago. So
20 years before I was born. My mum
how
was
many?
only 2 then.
20. He's a youngster, Bill.
20 years before.
Oh, gotcha. I thought it was Gray or Mark talking, and I was like, wait, what?
yeah,
I
just 20 years
didn't know
for
life was that rough in the UK. I'm kidding.
no, yeah. It was
Mark is 20
1949.
years old and been working in the coal mines since he was 5.
Yeah, it's grim up north, lad.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I could have passed him on better actual Golden Age books, which he'll still get trickled through my collection anyway. But I
This
really
is from
thought
Kyle. I pulled this out too.
That's a nice one.
Yeah.
now
Oh, that's beautiful.
the ridiculousness of that's in fairly high grade. That was a gift to him from Montreal Johnny. Johnny said, "Oh, you're giving him books? Let me give him this one."
Nice one, that is.
Wow.
And then the Spider-Man one that he's got from that treasury set is signed by Stan Lee. So he's like, I ain't letting go of the Spider-Man.
And those are difficult in high grade. You can't grade them.
Yeah.
You can't grade them either. But
And guess what? Mine is signed by both Roy and Stan.
Oh, there you go. But like, I didn't even have that in my collection, and I had to just look at it when I got it and went, yep, it's just going on. It's still not in my collection.
It's slightly annoying when a newbie into the comic collecting field has got better comic books than you have after 40 years.
Yeah.
I think you need to have a word with your uncle.
That's one
Oh, no, that's a
There
beautiful
you go,
copy.
Mark.
Yeah.
There we go.
Wow.
I think you're the only college kid in the States with one of those.
And what's the date on that one, buddy?
Let's see. I want to say it's
Dead
80,
center.
It's 84. 84.
84.
There,
1884, is it?
1884.
Yeah.
Wow.
It took them a bit of time. You see that picture there with Mr. Punch and Toby the dog?
Yeah.
All right.
That it took them about 15 to 20 years to establish that as their sort of logo. And that sort of image there with Punch and Toby then stayed as the logo for over 120 years once they'd actually established it.
Wow.
Who was Toby then? It was just a random name they gave the dog. It wasn't any.
No, it's the traditional Punch and Judy show. Have you never seen a traditional Punch and
Yeah,
Judy?
they got a dog that steals the sausages. Is that
Called
called Toby?
Toby. Called Toby.
Okay. Where's Judy then?
Judy.
Is this before women's lib and women weren't
Well, no,
allowed?
Judy doesn't rarely, if ever, made appearance, right? Because there was a companion magazine called Judy, wasn't there?
There was
They were a competitive
rival.
magazine.
It actually started as a rival to Punch.
Oh, gotcha.
Called Judy. It was called Judy. So they took, they were obviously, trying to ride along with Punch. So there was a rival called Judy. I don't possess a copy of Judy, and it's one of the things I'm trying to get hold of.
I guess I'll show this one off too.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that
With the artwork.
Oh,
on it
yeah.
from Hillary.
And then there's their
signed as well to you.
Hillary.
buddy Hillary.
Oh, that's from Hillary
Yeah.
Barton.
Yeah. I had that comic a few times. That one I've sold it actually. Not really.
But yeah,
mine.
Hillary did a lot of artwork on it for him. He did a lot of added artwork. And
It looks like the dinosaur's taking a crap on the cape.
It kind of is. Yeah, Hillary just kind of did.
Elijah has that rare T-Rex crapping cover of Stupid.
Yeah.
I think it's one of one.
That's called the prehistoric poop variant.
Prehistoric poop. Jurassic poop.
And he'd show off the Liam Sharp books that are autographed for him too, except Eli hasn't come up and picked those up yet. So
That one's your great grand's favorite punch cover, rather.
Yeah, she loves the Punch and Judy. She grew up on the Punch and Judy.
That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. That's all I can remember.
Yeah.
And like,
Wow,
basically,
someone just complimented you, Mark.
I know.
Good stuff.
Yeah, well, he's a bit of a star, nowhere bound.
was there not police brutality and spousal abuse in that Punch and Judy show?
Well, there's a lot of spousal, a lot of wife beating and crocodile beating.
Was there not some police brutality as well? There's a couple not coming and beat people with trucks.
Yeah, there's a lot of police beating up to a policeman.
Well, isn't that kind of a staple of British comics, though? Because Andy Cap, you know.
Like Andy Cap, yeah, he's a sort of northern guy with a flat hat.
Yeah, I love Andy Cap.
One of the more popular exports to the United States, comic strip wise, I believe it may have been the only British comic strip that made it big over here.
Did they not Americanize him though? Did they not Americanize Andy Cap for the US?
They did a bit. Yeah, I think they did. It's a bit
Yeah, pretty much.
they did an Al Garnett, you know, Till Death Us Do art copy in the States as well, I think.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. It was called All in the Family.
That's it, All in the Family.
Yeah. Oh,
which was way bigger than Till Death Us Do Part was.
Yeah.
Steptoe and Son
and-
became
and,
Sanford and Son.
And
Oh, yeah.
you know, it took them 3 years to get that on the air. They almost did it at ABC in '68, but it was a little too early for that kind of edge. And then CBS took it, and 2 years later, it premiered and was shown on Sunday afternoons because they were too afraid to put it on prime time. And then it started getting such great ratings, they put it on prime time. And it became the biggest hit for the next 8 years. So,
Yeah.
you know, there you go.
People these days don't get it. Oh, she got a television program about a racist. Yes, they were taking the mickey out of him.
Yeah. And it was funny, you know, everybody liked it because they could see a bit of themselves, even liberal people could see a bit of themselves in the characters. And, you know, it was just, and then of course there were, I think, 3 spinoffs, maybe 3 or 4 spinoffs from that show, if I'm not mistaken. Maude came from that show with B. Arthur, and then Good Times came from Maude. And you know, that seems to be I don't see that in British television very often, where they do so many spin-offs. And the Jeffersons too, right?
George and Mildred came from a Man About the House, I think.
That's right. And yeah, that's about the only one I can think of. There was a spin-off from Eddie Fools and Horses recently, wasn't there?
Man About the House, of course, was Three's Company over here, right?
That's right. Yeah.
So, Bill, I got American TV trivia for you.
Okay.
Because we know Steptoe and Son became Sanford and Son over here.
Right.
Red Fox played Fred Sanford. What's Red Fox's real name?
Fred Sanford.
Fred Sanford. His real name is Fred Sanford.
I know. And that blew me away. I found that out a few years ago, and it blew me away.
Radio star.
Okay, guys, I'm going to share something with you I bought this week. Okay, it's not a comic.
Let me put you on full screen. Give me a second.
Oh, you wonderful guy, you.
Is that Carl?
This is a geography. This is a children's geography book.
Someone playing something background.
Printed in 1811. Okay.
What?
Yeah. So this is and the person who owned it. She was called Hannah Smith from when she signed it, 27th of June 1813, and it is absolutely fantastic. So, because of course it's 1813, would you like me to read you what it says about America?
I think there's echo at your end, Bill. I've muted you, Joe, and you're getting echo when you're not muted. Are you listening to it too loud or something?
You're getting an echo from me?
I think so, yeah. Well, I've just muted. Can anyone else hear the echo when?
Yeah, he's getting a bit of an echo. So.
Okay, well let me see what I can do about that.
I think it started going away. I don't know if you just.
It might be how I'm positioned.
What was that you were saying?
Question.
Geography.
Geography. Okay, so question. What is America?
It's a big pile of rubbish over in the Atlantic Ocean.
Close. The fourth grand division of the world, called also the New World, this is divided by the Isthmus of Panama or Darien into the north and south, beside the American Islands. How is North America properly divided?
Properly divided into states?
It may be divided into the possessions held by the English, which are towards the north, the United States or Independent Republic of America in the middle of the continent, East and West Florida, Old and New Mexico, with California to the south, now under the Spanish government, and the interior countries still occupied by the Indians.
What year is this? I can't
1811.
1811.
Yeah.
I mean,
what is the continent of North America? For what is the continent of North America particularly remarkable?
I was going to say for throwing tea in the bay, but that was before then, wasn't it?
Yeah, no country in the world possesses so many and such extensive lakes.
Lakes, okay.
The five largest: Ontario, Erie, Huron, Michigan, and Superior. Right, so Americans, you need to answer this question. What are the most considerable rivers in North America?
Mississippi.
The Colorado.
Mississippi is correct. Colorado.
The Guadalupe.
No.
Which, of course, that wasn't part of the U.S. yet.
So this is North America. So this includes Canada, I think.
The Yukon. No, that's not a river, is it?
It's the St. Lawrence.
St. Lawrence?
Yeah.
I've never even heard of St. Lawrence River.
Well, it says it is one of the two great rivers in North America.
Huh.
Okay, so it says here the original inhabitants who occupy the interior. What are the original inhabitants who occupy the interior of the country? And they said they're distinguished by different tribes, of which are the Esquimaux, the Araspeco Indians, and so it's really interesting. So,
how do you spell Esquimaux?
Right, ESQ UIMAUX.
All right.
Back when there was a Q in Eskimo.
And what's really funny is it goes through some of the nations and says, what is the character? So here it goes. It's talking about Ireland, and it says, what is the character of the Irish?
Oh, yeah.
And it goes, they are commonly well-made, strong, active, haughty of spirit, careless of their lives, patient in cold and hunger, constant in love, light of belief, and greedy of glory. There you go.
Wow, that's a weird
one. A geography textbook from 1811 describing the character of the Irish.
You just validated my Irishness. Thank you.
The French in there.
I said all that.
What do we have to say about the French in there?
Absolutely right.
It does the character of the Scottish, English, Welsh, and Irish, but it doesn't do any of the others, unfortunately.
All right. I'm sure whatever we said about the French in 1811 was very complimentary. Sure.
But think about it. She got her copy 210 years ago.
Yeah.
That blows my mind. You know.
Since yours makes mine look new, Mark. This is a eclectic series of geography and topography. You know, with an ad for the graded schools of arithmetics. Intermediate geography with lessons in map drawing.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
So I'm actually
1870. Wow. This is a school text from 1870.
What are you saying, Eli? Eli?
Oh, I'm actually going to go ahead and cut out now.
Okay, mate.
Okay, good to see you.
Are you going to cut out, buddy?
Elijah, it's been great having you on the show, bud. I hope you come back sometime.
Right, I just have some stuff to do today. So
yeah. Next time you come, you can tell us about your favorite stories from those comics.
Right.
Your dissertation homework for next time will be to go through your favorite stories.
Maybe we'll get you on a Tuesday from like 5 to 7 p.m. and you can just go hog wild going through comics and talk about them.
Right.
So whatever you want, buddy, it's your world. So you're always welcome to hang out where Uncle Kyle does. Hey, guess what though? On a global level, guess what?
What's up?
Love you.
See you, man.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I'm pointing.
Hey, quit poking me in the
All
eye.
right.
Bye.
All right. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
We'll see you later, buddy.
Right.
Round and round he goes. So, hey, look.
Anyway, Kyle, all you guys, Brian has shown you up the St. Lawrence borders, Canada and America.
Right. I've got something to show.
Shooting kangaroos.
Is that Australia? Australia, mate.
Yeah, Australia. And then we got, oh, man, where'd it go? I went the wrong direction. There's Australia in 1870.
It's the same shape.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like it hasn't changed at all.
Yeah.
I think physical geography changes less than the political geography.
Political geography, yes.
Very, very, very finely illustrated book here.
I'd be rather surprised if the Himalayas had jumped 500 yards to the left or something.
Really
Look
nice.
how finely illustrated this was.
Yeah, beautiful.
So,
Underoos are made
but
Okay, come on. Underoos are made from kangas. Okay, who is this guy?
under there you go.
I want to show a couple of not quite as old as these ones that you guys are showing. But the other day, I think in passing, Bill mentioned these when we was talking about annuals, UK annuals. Like 1976 Kung Fu annual.
Yeah.
Bill likes that.
I have the other one. I have the one with the yellow cover.
And this is the other one I got.
Oh, I love that.
I'm not sure what year this one is.
Kung Fu.
Kung Fu.
You know, they had greenlit the series with Bruce Lee, and then people said no one's going to watch a show with an Asian guy, so we'll get Robert Carradine, who's not Asian at all, to play the character instead. And Bruce was
wrote it, didn't he?
Bruce was really upset about that.
I bet he
Man.
was.
I mean, rightly so.
Since we're pulling out old books, I got a one-up mark here.
Oh,
I got a one-up mark.
Really nice, Kyle.
It's not a contest.
Blow me up here.
It's Jesus' Diary. I'm kidding.
That's impossible to read.
Virgil in Latin and French.
Your camera's big tonight, or is this my internet?
Signed by Victor Hugo. What?
Yeah, from 1769.
Okay,
and
you win,
so-
Kyle.
if you don't believe if you don't read Roman numerals, hold on, I'll pull it up in the back here because there's a
Shame how David Carradine ended up, wasn't it? Really?
What
You know,
happened to
I
it?
mean, to
there's
be honest,
a year
he
stamp in
wasn't
the
bad,
back
but
just in case you were curious.
wasn't-
See, Mark?
He had an autoerotic asphyxiation accident, basically, is what happened.
Yeah, he
so
did.
stupid. Don't go there. Don't go there.
Exactly.
1769.
Yeah.
Nice, Kyle.
Now this is Virgil in Latin and French, and when you read it, the right page is Latin,
Okay.
the left page is French, so it
Which
teaches you
translation
Latin.
flavor?
But the beauty of this book is that right there. Does anybody know what that is right there?
It's a stamp.
It's a crest of some description. It's a stamp. Is it the
That is the stamp for the French Royal Library. That is the King of France's stamp himself.
Yeah, I
This
heard
came
somebody
from
been
King
nicking
of
the
France.
book from the library. And
Shouldn't it have a date on there? It should be returned by.
Yeah.
This is basically the equivalent of this would be, if it was British, it'd be from Buckingham Palace.
Yeah.
So this is from the French Royal Library.
You might.
And if you take a snapshot of that picture and look up French Royal Crest, that is the French Royal Crest from 1760.
You might owe a few fees on that one, Kyle. I wouldn't take it back if I was you.
Now, I think there was a few looters during the French Revolution.
You owe us 11,000 pounds.
Euros. Thank you for returning the book, Mr. Andrews. That will be 50,000 euros, please. S'il vous plaît.
Yeah.
Well, you guys don't do euros anymore, do you?
We never done euros.
We've never had a euro. We've been pounds. We've never gone to euro.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay.
Euros. Pounds,
So
mate.
let's discuss Brexit. I'm kidding.
No, let's not discuss Brexit. Not a fan here.
No, I'm sure most normal thinking people weren't big on it.
The only people are the fans are the mega rich who wanted to get out of the big new tax that has been brought in by the EU, and they managed to avoid it by not being in the EU anymore. Oh, that's clever.
But I read like I don't know if this is true or not, but I read something to the effect of over 10,000 businesses have gone out of business because of Brexit.
Quite a lot went out, yeah, because of
that's horrific.
Yeah. It's horrific.
That's horrific. And thanks, Boris.
The referendum was to get the mood of the country, and once it was decided, then they should have cost affected it and looked at the pros and cons properly before coming to an actual decision, not just go along knee jerkily with whatever the misinformed public happen to vote for. They
Right.
they want us to do it. We'll have a look, see if it's worth doing it. We'll look at all the pros, all the cons, and then we'll decide whether it's actually feasible, sensible. But no, they just went, we want to get voted back in again, so we're just going to go ahead with it, or try and push it through to appease the percentage. It's been an absolute disaster from what I don't know.
I mean, we still got the whole problem of Northern Ireland and the boundary between Northern Ireland.
And the fact that all our businesses, all our exports are being taxed properly like they're meant to be, under these rules, and we're just letting everyone in without any taxes because we've not set up the bloody things for it, have we? We've not set it up to
well, you can still cross the border between Ireland, which is in Europe, and Northern Ireland, which isn't.
Yeah.
And you can bring goods in that way without paying the taxes.
Yeah.
Wow.
But even Dover's got it blinking sorted. I think things so I heard anyway. Things are coming over, and there's no thing in place to check them. But when we go that way, you've got all this paperwork to fill out, and anything's wrong on the manifesto, it gets held up, and oh well.
Hey, I brought some of my favorite comics.
That's nice to see. That's much more fun than talking about. Oh yeah.
And this is actually has one of the 25 parts of the longest Golden Age story, which was Monster Society of Evil.
Okay, I've heard of them.
And it basically is a story of, you don't realize for most of the 25 chapters that the person that you never see that's orchestrating everything is Mr. Mind, a worm. Yeah. It was fantastic and way ahead of its time. But I've always wanted to have at least one chapter. I wish I had all 25. That'd be great. But
I think it's real funny that a worm is one of these major villains.
I know.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And then this is a rather recent acquisition.
Oh, that looks Golden Age.
Yeah, well, it's one of two of my only real ECs, not a reprint. And that covers by Jack Kamen.
Well done, Kelly. Well done to your ancestors.
And I picked this up recently.
Oh, what the heck is that?
What's that?
This is an Alex Toth drawing from Space Ghost.
Oh, there we go.
And look at that. I mean, he was just, the guy could draw anything. I mean,
literally anything. And just one of my true heroes.
Funky space cruisers there.
I know. And then so this. Do you know what this is?
Yeah, Doom Patrol. Is it their first issue of their first book?
The first issue that they had the title.
What year is that from?
It's from, if I'm not mistaken, this is I want to say 64.
Nice.
March of 1964.
Let me look in my my spy list. It tells you what. 64, yeah, 64. Doom Patrol started.
Well, Doom Patrol is funny because it has so much in common with the X-Men. It came out 6 months before the X-Men did. Featured a guy in a wheelchair as their leader, and 3 people with superpowers. I mean, very similar. I mean, there's just no
Outcasts.
way around.
They were
it.
outcasts as well.
And
Well,
well,
outcast.
you know what I love
There's a
the
woman
most
with rubber skin, a robot
is-
guy, and a radioactive man.
I love Monsieur Mala because they thought it would be funny to have a gorilla. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, gorilla. Yeah.
A gorilla.
Right, gorilla, yeah.
And
Hey,
he actually
I'm
appears on the TV
singing
show, and he's
the
hilarious. They
This is
do
the
a good job. Now,
We've got our very own.
Do you know, Narman? He fashions himself after the worm from Captain Marvel, after Mr. Mind. Mr. Mind is his hero. That's a big book, isn't it?
this is my favorite Spider-Man cover of all time.
Yeah.
I love this a lot.
I sold one of those on Saturday.
You sold one?
Yeah, but it was a really beat up one. So the top corner with the Spidey bit had been cut out. So it was like a 0.5. Yeah.
Okay. If you ever get a beat up first Rhino, let me know.
I need that one right there in a bad way.
Is that the first Living Monolith?
It's Neil Adams' second issue. And I believe, is this the first appearance of Havoc?
Yeah, that's the first
Kyle?
Havoc. Yep,
Okay.
that's the first Havoc.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, we're just talking about Doom Patrol X-Men. It's just like Challenge of the Unknown and Fantastic Four. Another close correlation between teams.
Oh, did you say Challengers of the Unknown and Fantastic Four?
Yeah.
Oh, quite a
It's interesting. I would claim, you see, if you go and look at the cover of the first appearance of the Justice League in Brave and the Bold, 28, is it? You get four characters fighting a giant monster on the cover a year before we get the Fantastic Four with 4 characters fighting a giant monster on the cover.
That's a good point, mate.
Oh, well, Marvel, absolutely. The only reason Fantastic Four ever came up was because Justice League was such a big seller.
Yeah.
Because kids aren't stupid. If you think about it, why buy a Batman or a Superman when you can have all the characters in one comic? And so that's the whole formula behind the Fantastic Four. And they say together again for
Did
the
Bill
first
just
time,
freeze up, or is that me?
Take a look at that Starro cover, and then take a look at the the Mole Man.
Oh, it's
cover.
very similar.
It's very similar.
And it's so funny. I thought the use of Starro in the Suicide Squad movie, I thought it was fantastic.
Really good. I enjoyed it.
And I that movie, I don't know why more people didn't love that movie.
I really liked it.
I think a lot of people did. I've not heard anyone who didn't like it, really. I think it's a lot more popular than the first one, for example. And
the second one was it was so good. And David Dashmalian playing Polka Dot Man.
Fantastic.
Why do they always kill the ones you want to?
He was so good. They killed him off, and he was brilliant.
I know, he's all proud of himself, and then smack. It was great. It was great.
There was only 3 of them left at the end. Well, there's 4 of them left. I mean, because the rat catcher woman survived, didn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Harley survived, of course.
Yeah, and Dead.
And what's his name?
Bloodsport?
Idris
Not
Elba.
Bloodsport.
Bloodsport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, that's one of your greatest gifts to American cinema. I think is Idris Elba. He is so great. I love him in everything he is in. I'm a big fan of Luther, his TV series
brilliant.
over there. Great show. Great show.
There was rumors about him becoming James Bond at one stage, which I think would have been brilliant. But anyway,
I still think it could happen. But
Yeah,
I will say this: I like Daniel Craig better as the detective in the in those the Knives Out movies than I do as James Bond.
Yeah,
it's quite fun.
He is. I tell you what, he's a great actor, but he's got comedy. He's got a lot of real comedic talent that's never been used, and I think he's great. In that
movie called Layer.
Movie called what?
Layer Cake.
Oh yeah, I remember Layer Cake.
Yeah.
Is he
So
in that
look
one?
at this.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Right.
So these are two of my Doctor Who annuals.
Sweet.
Oh, quite early ones. Yeah, 78, 76. Tom Baker.
76 and 70. Yeah. And then I like the back covers too.
Yeah, they're cool. Yeah.
I'll just send you the link now, Norman.
But I love annuals. Whenever any of us trade, I'm sure annuals will be involved.
There you go.
Is your payment?
I've got a lot of annuals. All right. Can you put me on big screen again? Brian?
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
Right. So, Kyle, I found this. Since I have now got my 1933 Disney comic or promotional.
Yeah, she's wonderful, man.
I found this, which is the original music sheet.
Oh, gorgeous. Look at that printing.
Who's afraid of the big bad wolf?
Who's afraid of the big bad wolf?
Also from 1933. This is interesting. If you've read your Charlton comic, you'll know that the guy at Charlton made his original money from doing rip-off music.
What the heck is that?
Sorry. I didn't realize that was going to happen.
What was that?
We're going to have together.
That's Mr. Mind.
Oh, it's Mr. What is that from?
Shazam!
Yeah.
What's the movie? On the
The TV series?
No, the movie.
Oh, he was in the first movie?
Yeah.
The end credits, yeah.
How did I miss that?
You left the cinema too early,
I love
mate.
him. He's one of my favorite villains of all time.
That's at the very end credits. You got to get through the credits themselves, and then that's at the tail end.
Hi, Norman. How's it going, buddy?
Hey, I got
So you're going to have a 1933
thank you, man.
collection, Mark?
Man, you guys are okay. Let's all do it together.
Hello, where's your copy?
Nobody is better than me.
I've got a copy of Kung Fu. I'll get me hat. I'll leave the stream.
I love Neil to death. I mean, he had every right to brag. What is that?
Are you finished showing what you're showing there, Mark?
No, good. I'm sorry to drop you, Mark.
I'll put you back on.
Sorry, Mark. I'm sorry, Mark.
So I didn't realize it was going to play. When I clicked on it, I didn't realize what it was. I thought it was just going to another window. I didn't think it would suddenly start playing. That confused me.
Look at those comics Norman has in the background, man. Those are great, Norman. What are they? Can you show us what you have back there?
Let Mark show his stuff. Let Mark show his stuff.
We'll get to him. To him, Bill. So what you got from 33, Mark?
Sorry. The music sheet for Who's Afraid of the Big Bad Wolf. So this came out in 33. It was one of the early...
Look at that printing. Oh my gosh, it's so gorgeous.
And I saw this. It was £7 or something.
Okay.
And it looks like You Buy Works Art. I don't think that's Gottfriedson. I'm pretty sure that's You Buy Works Art.
Really nice.
So what are you going to play it for us on before we go?
Yeah. So anybody got their piano handy? Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? Tra la 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 la.
Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? The big bad wolf. The big bad wolf. I think that's where it's originally come from.
Yeah.
I had to get change, Mark. Look.
Oh, he's got
my big bad wolf sweater. Who 50% of the people think it's Goofy for some reason.
No.
I have no idea why they get those two characters mixed up. You know,
the overbite.
But it's got the teeth. It's got. I mean, this is a great sweater.
It is a great sweater. Yeah.
And you'll huff and you'll puff and you'll blow the house down.
There, actually, I don't know if you guys know this, but before Kevin Spacey was basically Me Too'd off the face of the planet, they did a House of Cards takeoff on Sesame Street, and it was called something like House of Bricks, so House of Cards, and the Frank Underwood character was a wolf. And it was the three pig story, but it was done like House of Cards, and it was brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant. And the Muppets and the wolf character was, well, I say, my name is Frank Underwolf, and it was perfect. It was really funny.
That sounds great. Yeah.
But another great parody they did was on Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law. They did a parody on the Flintstones where Fred was basically a takeoff on the Sopranos, and Fred was really whatever the lead soprano got. And then you come to find out at the end, Fred just had a bowling ball fall on his head and thought he was a mafioso at the end, and it was very funny, and it appears on no media whatsoever. You can't find it now, so they must have done something that crossed the line copyright wise, but it's ingenious. I love good parodies.
Yeah. So hey, before I pull out of the library up here, blow me up again real quick, Gray. I want to, since Mark got with me going on school books here, because that whole shelf right there behind me right there is nothing but where's my finger? Antique school books.
Wow. By the way,
right over there.
You got good news the other day.
Nothing but antique school books, plus in the other room I got them. But here's the Eclectic History of the United States.
You keep reading in books, Carl. You might graduate eventually.
Here's a list of students. There's one from 1886, and they keep going back, and they keep going back. Then there's another row of students that owned it through the years.
Well, own that book.
This is American history, yeah. This is American history only from 1881. See if we can get that to focus there.
Well, there wasn't much American history before 1800.
There wasn't too much in 1881, but now of course we got to have Macaulay's History of England.
Well, there's a bit more of that.
Now this
no one got my joke. Damn it!
Just a tad older.
Will you say the title of that one more time?
Macaulay's History of England.
Yes,
the edition of King James.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
1850. So here's an 1850 English history book, but I didn't go back far enough for me, so I trotted up in the other room for a nice little vellum cover here, the History of England.
That's beautifully bound, Kyle.
And then we got some photos in here. Got a date down there from the original printing of 1832, but mind you, This is an updated one, just small at 1844. So pre-Civil War history book on England. And again, just not too many pictures. A lot of words, not too many pictures because they hadn't gone to picto papers yet. So, but yeah.
Then what good are they?
Yeah,
I need
that's what I'm
pictures in my
saying.
books. Damn it! I'm a cartoonist.
But yeah, I have rows and rows and rows of like history books. Now this one I'm putting back under plastic and putting in a lockbox again. But yeah, I think it was King Frederick or something where this came from his library. It came from the French Royal Library. So
Wow.
I love the fact that's in my collection. So
He wants it back, by the way. No, I'm
yeah. Yeah. Off
kidding.
with their
The
head.
ghost of King
All right.
Fred.
All right, now I'm hit him with your comic books all over the place.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
it
go
wasn't-
stuff like-
These are already shown books, but
Hold on, I'm going to put you on the big screen.
these are. I made my own slabs. I'm making my own slabs right now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so
I think you showed them before. You got your ones that your kids bought you and that.
Those are pretty cool, actually.
yeah.
Is that Raven?
And I'm thinking about.
I like
what
the
I'm doing is,
stand you have at the bottom of it too. I think that's great.
Huh?
I like that it has its own stand.
Yeah, it's on stand.
That's genius.
Yeah.
That's quite a good display thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I like that.
Mm.
Wow, that's a great cover. Bob Layton,
Jim Stalin.
is that a
Jim
Bob
Starlin.
Layton cover?
No, Jim Stalin.
Oh, Jim Starlin. I'm sorry.
It's a style, me darling.
I'm gonna change this label to yellow now.
Because it's signed. Are you setting up your own slabbing and grading service now? You're going to challenge CGC.
Hey, man. All you have to do is get a contract with Heritage now.
First Stranko publication comic book.
Oh man, Stranko did the hand.
Yeah, Stranko did the hand inside.
Oh, yeah.
That one right there.
Joe Simon told him he wasn't ready for prime time yet, and 6 months later he was, the belle of the ball at Marvel.
Oops.
Oops, we're going to have dominoes, mate. Sit on like dominoes. Let's have
There's still some work to be done.
Oh, there's a shield. Oh, that's beautiful. Is that number one?
Yeah.
God. That is one of the.
That's
To me,
great.
that's one of the greatest covers of all time.
I do.
Yeah, I
what
love
you should
this cover.
do. No,
Mark's having to wipe the drool from his mouth. He likes it so much.
I really like the art. on that.
It's gorgeous, isn't it?
I'm not a Nick Fury fan, but I love the art on that.
Oh,
I
fantastic!
love
I know.
I got a good idea for a video, Norman. You need to set up those good comics, like in a domino effect, and at the back have a really crap and you tip the first one over, all the good comics, carry them going, and it knocks the crappy comic into a shredder at the end. What's that thing with I can't remember what it's called, where all the things linked together, Geek or something like that. I can't remember, some kind of
I have a whole bunch of comics.
You mean Rube Goldberg?
Rube Goldberg, that's it. Rube Goldberg.
I got what you meant.
I have a comic genius here. I'm doing a little research, and I need you guys' help. I want to find out Superman origin stories, what all the issues that has his origin stories in it, and how he has changed from issue number 1, Action Comic number 1 to.
You know what? I read a comic the other day, and it had something like that in it. Like it was a Superman. I can't remember what it was now, but I read a comic recently, a Superman comic, and it had like how he began, what he could do later. It was like a little, God knows what issue it was though.
You guys ready for a history lesson?
Well,
Wait. Can
And
I
I
add
don't
one
think
thing?
you'll get the origin here.
Can I add one thing real quick?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so where Superman got most of its mythos and most of its origin story and the first time he flew was actually in the animated series by Fleischer. And so if you really want to know when a lot of this started congealing and coming together, they tell the story in the cartoon.
Yeah.
And the artwork and the animation has not been paralleled since. I don't
Is
think.
it-
Fleischer
yeah,
had him
start
flying,
with
but
leaping, right? He just start leaping the building.
but
He never flew in
That's
the
right.
first issue.
between Action Comics 1 and Superman #1, there's a little 4-page origin or a little 4-panel origin of Superman that they tell in Superman 1 that they cut and pasted from the comic strip. Superman's initial detailed origin actually came from the newspaper comic.
Yeah, that's what I heard. That's what I read.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That came from the newspaper comics, and then his flight came from the Fleischer cartoons, and then the whole thing took off by the time.
When was the Fleischer cartoons then? They were 60s.
No.
47.
1940 and 41.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
40s. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Cartoons
Yeah.
that old.
Yeah, very early on, Superman took off like wildfire, you know, and it inspired so much.
Okay, pops in.
I know Jimmy Olsen came from the radio show.
Well, Jimmy also made an appearance in the Fleischer series but his name was Lewis, and they walk by and Clark is talking to Lois in the newsroom. And he says something about Lois, and he walks by and goes, "Lois, my name is Lois." And that was actually considered by many to be the first appearance of Jimmy Olsen.
Or the proto Jimmy Olsen.
Yeah, proto Jimmy. Yeah.
Kind of lucky he hasn't got
As opposed to the protey Jimmy, but you have to know your DC to get that bad joke, but. Or especially the Legion of superhero fans out there will get that. Mark is losing hair because he's laughing so hard.
Yeah, I'm collecting all the, whether it's a facsimile or reprints of origin stories. So this has an origin story in it.
What year is that one that you just put down?
This is it's issue 500.
Is it a 12 center? Oh no, it's much later.
It's a dollar comic book. I think it's in 80s.
Like 1980, I think.
Yeah.
That's when
I think you've got your work.
Dollar comic books in 1980.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think you've got your work for that. I think there were loads and loads of rehashings of Superman's origins in Action Comics.
And this has an origin story in it.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And this is the comic book that I thought that's what the Superman origin story was when I first come to the United States. So this is, and with the Kal-El, in Action Comic they never mentioned his parents.
Yeah. I think in the first issue, he never actually came from Krypton. He came from like Cleveland, I think. I can't remember now.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Cleveland is where it was written.
Oh, right.
They were in
Cleveland, Ohio, but he got one of the origin story I read. He's in Kansas. He landed in Kansas.
He lands in Kansas.
Right.
That's where his adopted parents live.
Yeah.
Aaron Park, Kent.
Yeah.
But it changes story. His power set changes throughout all these origin stories. I'm doing a little research on from Action 1 to Superman 1 to so you guys, if you guys can help, if you guys have some issue that even reprints or facsimile that I could find where it has origin story in it, I would love to get those. So. Of course, I cannot get the Action Comic #1, but
no, very few can.
It's one of the I recently Norman, I'll have a look in it for you, but there's was one of the Treasury edition Superman. I can't remember what it was celebrating.
Oh, I have that one. Let me see.
It's got the origin in there as well.
Yeah. So, when he gets back, Nauman, you want to see something rarer than Action Comics #1?
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Did you get a whipment of that, or is it the DC?
Huh?
You got a whipment of that, right? From the warehouse find? that a high grade Whitman?
No, it's not very high grade.
Oh, I was gonna say
looks
there was
good
a
to
warehouse find of those Whitmans.
This is one of those. This is one of those treasure edition.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Nauman, you want to see something? You want to see something rarer than Action Comics 1?
Hold on. It's your little card.
Oh, you showed me that before, but
Yeah. Was it bubblegum card or something, or collector's card?
Superman Candy Redemption Coupon.
Okay.
Wow.
From 1940. And I didn't pull out my 1940 Superman newspaper strips. But
That's no good. It hasn't got the chewing gum with it.
Well, it looks
there's
like
less
something-
than 70 of these. It came with chocolate. There's less than 70 of these known, and there's more than 100 graded Action Comics #1.
Yeah, but it looks like somebody's tried to eat the bottom of it, Kyle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's because it's a redemption candy coupon. The ones that survived got redeemed.
What the heck is a candy coupon anyway? You got a ticket when you bought candy, and then you could trade them in for more candy or something.
Right.
Now my internet is just going batshit crazy.
Yeah, we can see you all right. Anyway, you're okay on our end.
Damn it!
You're okay on our end, Kyle.
All right, there we go. Am I back on?
Yeah, but no, we can hear you. You have not got. You've not got
We haven't
anywhere.
got any problem seeing or hearing you, Kyle.
You can't see.
Oh.
We can still see and hear. It's just your screen messing you around. It's just like it's going slow for you. Oh, now you're frozen. Now we've said that.
K-pop, I don't know what you're saying. What's K-pop saying?
It's more rare than Action Comics 1.
Have you ever seen this misprint, guys? Wait,
K-pop was
right.
K-pop was talking about Jimmy Olsen being annoying. That's why K-pop's on timeout. They just don't know it yet. Oh, one person. Where is he? I don't know how he's that.
They left out a color.
Come on. Oh,
And
keep
so
it up. Keep it up.
No rads. No rads.
Yeah.
Right. And so it's all muted, and about 10% of the
Did
American.
they leave out red?
Yes, I believe. Well,
You
yeah,
need to
I
get a
guess
stand for
that
your.
would be the color they left out.
You need a tripod for your for your phone, mate.
What's that?
You need some kind of stand for your phone.
Well, no, it's not that. It's not that. I'm running out of power, and I
yeah,
had to go to. I'm all hooked up right now.
You were plugged in.
You're doing a Kyle this week, Bill. You're moving from location to location.
I know. I apologize.
Never apologize.
If you didn't have vertigo before today, you will after today.
You're on the naughty step, K-pop junkie, for saying mean things about Jimmy Olsen. You're on the naughty step. You're on the naughty list for this week's show.
Hey, get her off the naughty list. Put the link in there and have her up on this show. See if she's got the chutzpah to come on here with these old pros.
She's a very naughty lady. She's not allowed on. If you want to come on, send you the link. If you
Yeah, you're not allowed to diss Jimmy Olsen with Gray.
honestly, beating up on the ginger kids, not cool anymore, guys. Come on now.
Yeah. I don't think K-pop has the nuts to come on here with all these brilliant men.
I don't know about that.
Come on now.
Uh-oh. Yeah,
The master of the harem.
head handed to you.
Kyle,
The master of the harem
She's going
has
to
spoken.
decapitate you with scissors.
If you come on, we'll be too embarrassed to talk anymore. We'll be like, oh,
The master of the harem has spoken.
Hell has no fury like a woman scorned, Kyle.
Oh, I will poke that bear till the day I die.
Yeah. Well, you leave the bears alone.
I have no fear in poking that bear.
We'll report you to the ASPCA for poking bears, mate.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to show you another collection if you want.
Yeah. Come on, Katie, get in here for a little bit. Spice this up a little bit.
Louis Olsen, not Jimmy Olsen. Fair enough.
Oh,
Yeah, she was sort of, yeah. It was the Lewis joke that.
Yeah, Louis Olsen.
You were
It wasn't a bad
I'm
joke.
Lewis, not Lois.
What? You guys, why am I collecting these?
Atlas. Was it the first?
Oh, that's a beautiful copy.
It's been a mega long few days. All right, excuses. Then next Wednesday, Katie, be our guest.
Oh, what's going on? Like, when I
Why
put
am I
some
collecting these guys?
Oh
is it
yeah,
the first issue specials you're after.
Everything cuts out.
first issue
Yeah.
special.
First issue specials.
The green team, haven't you got that?
Yeah.
I've got the
Next-
green team. I had that as a kid as well. I got Metamorpho.
Do you know about that book that
Shut up.
they blended all the characters from
That's
all
what-
those issues?
Yeah.
You spoiled it, Bill. You spoiled it, Bill.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Emmett Nauman.
Well, next week, Crime Buster Scott Harris King's gonna be on. Who
That's
took over
awesome.
that? He took over the.
You see that Danger Street right there?
Yeah, Scott Shaw used to own all the artwork from that.
Is that Kirby?
Oh,
Yeah.
it's Kirby, all right.
Hey, Pop says she might come on next week.
Yeah, but next week we got Scott
I'm missing
talking
number
his
9.
book too. So.
I've got the Outsiders. That predates the other Outsiders, I think. That's
Right, by 10 years.
yeah.
First issue special number 8.
I don't
First
suppose I
War
ever
Lordy.
Norman,
That's
that's
the
your
only one that made
favorite.
it. That's the only one that made it.
I've got the New Gods one, I think.
Hang on, you've
guys-
got what?
Is- Tom King's going to incorporate all those stories into this series.
Yeah.
Isn't that awesome? I got to pick that. Did that just come out, Nauman?
Yeah, it just came out, and Tom King is incorporating all those 12, 13 books into this. So
That's
Oh
awesome.
no!
Yeah.
Oh
So
no!
that's why-
Talk about somebody who
that's why I
could
went
really
back and
crash
started
the
collecting
party.
these guys.
Yeah, we get Comics Journey in here and really crash the party. What do you
Oh,
think
no.
about that? Oh
He
no!
comes in here, I'm leaving.
Yeah. So,
You guys are
but
killing
yeah,
it.
next Wednesday, Scott should be over his COVID symptoms and stuff, and he'll come in.
Tonight,
Sure.
9 p.m. I'm having giveaway 400 sub giveaway party, so
Okay.
I'm plugging it in. Oh yeah, I got that.
Hey Nauman, what you giving me for your 400 sub giveaway? Are you giving me back the Willie Mays autograph? Or
What do you mean? I'm giving it back.
what are you
I
gonna
never
give
got
it
it.
back to me? All right. Well, once I figure out where to send it to you, that's
Say hey, kid. That's what he was called, Willie Mays.
Yeah.
The word-
I'm giving Nauman my Willie Mays autograph.
Oh, great.
No referee boycott though, is he? Come on now.
The Gray
I
Man.
have a Dizzy Dean.
Gray Man, will you play that one video again, please, for our comic journey?
What fun we're going to have together.
Yes, I have invaded the Britain.
Well, technically, there's more Americans in here now than there is Brits, so you know we've invaded America, really.
Yeah, but
I
Nauman-
invaded both America
Nauman
and
rep-
Britain. How's that?
yeah. Nauman reps Korea, even though he lives all over the United States. Nauman reps Korea.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Katie lives in Detroit, and she represents K-pop too.
Oh yeah.
Well, you know, his real name is Kim Jong Nauman.
Kim Jong-un.
Goes
I'm
down now.
kidding you not.
I'm not that fat, am I?
No, no, oh no, not at all. You're not evil nor maniacal either.
Well, now that depends on who you ask.
Yeah. You haven't seen him on comic
Mr. Mind being his avatar does suggest a certain devilishness to his character when you think about it.
Was it you, Norman, who played a Conan block on Bill?
Oh yeah. I've blocked the corner. I blocked the corner.
Yeah, they're funny,
I
dude.
thought it was a brilliant move. I thought, yeah, there's a real Machiavellian mind at work here.
Mastermind, Mr. Mind.
Or Naumanvellian.
Well, hey, K-pop, if Nauman's the most adorable of all time, what the hell am I? Yeah. Yeah.
All time. Wow.
Kai's getting jealous.
Dude,
No,
I'm
I
getting
know I'm
jealous,
not
man.
adorable. I know I'm not adorable, but what am I then? If he's the most
I was
adorable,
in
what
the
am I most
menudo
of?
of K-pop bands when I was a teenager. I'm kidding, but no one's
He's
gonna
a
get my
doll baby.
jokes. No one remembers menudo.
Yeah.
Hey, unfortunately, I do.
Exactly. Unfortunately.
Oh boy.
Who's got something to show?
Yeah, I've got some.
I didn't left my library to let my wife sleep.
I can show you my Grognak the Barbarian covers. Do you guys know Grognak the Barbarian?
Wrong man. Mark is the guy showing. There you go.
Oh wow.
Draco.
Yeah.
He's
So this
comic.
is
Ooh, I just
this
love
up a
those.
couple of weeks ago. This is Jim Steranko's History of Comics > 1.
Oh, okay.
Really
It's not cross.
fantastic.
A
cover.
later print, definitely a later print. The early prints don't even have the #1 on them, but
Yeah,
No, I've got
we need
I
to
have
have
one without the numbers on as well.
we
Yeah.
need to have Alex Grand on here. His new book's about to come out, and it's basically the history of comics part 3.
Yeah, because he only did 2. So
right,
he was
and
intending-
Jim did the forward for the book. So now that
Oh.
Jim's gone kind of
Wow.
batshit crazy, a lot of people don't know if they want to buy Alex's book or not. But you know,
Yeah.
I mean, the guy's a genius. Yeah, he's Trump crazy and a little nutty, but he's also 84 years old. Give him a break.
Yeah, give him a break. You know, he's
Who's
a
a
different era. But you know, and this is really good. It's really interesting with the pulps.
It's a beautiful book.
Jim
Fantastic.
Strangle?
You know, all the pulp stuff in here, and you know, it's really interesting. So that's issue 1, and then I got issue 2. So there's only 2 issues of it. Equally great.
Who's this by again?
Jim Steranko.
The artist, the one that you just showed us the hand from. No,
Yeah.
same guy. You know,
Trump crazy?
Steranko made more money working on Foom and producing Foom than he did the actual comics.
Is that
Is he
right?
still around?
Yeah.
Does he make to the con circuits?
Look at that dog.
Does he make it to con circuits?
Yes, he does.
Okay.
He does. I've met him several times. He charged Alex $500 to do an interview with him. She's the only person that charges to do an interview, which is ridiculous.
$500 for interview on for a YouTuber
for a podcast, but the funny thing about Jim is he's constantly in everyone's top 10 list of all time, but he only produced 23 issues of comic art.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
That's amazing.
Yeah, and then he went and started doing covers because he made much more money on covers.
Yeah.
And so there's an awful lot of 70s Marvel covers by him.
Yeah, there is.
Including the Fantastic Four and Doc Savage.
Yeah.
He did some brilliant Doc Savage covers.
What's the minimum age to be on the show?
A good question.
You got to be at least 60.
What's the minimum age to be on this show? I don't know. How old is that dog, Kyle?
Yeah.
He's only like 3.
3.
Three.
3.
You
So
must
that'd
be
be- that'd be-
3.
That'd be 27 in dog year or 24 in dog years.
Well, we just had Kyle's great nephew on here, or grandnephew. whatever
He's
it was.
only 18, I think.
Yeah. We had Noreen Rad on here. He doesn't. I don't think Noreen Rad's that old. I don't think.
He was 20, right, Kyle?
18.
18?
Yep. A freshman at Purdue University, getting a like science degree.
Wow.
Oh,
He's
cool.
gonna
Smart
he's gonna be in think tanks here in a couple of years. So
Jeez. That's amazing.
yeah.
Is comic
He's a
journal?
bit of a whiz kid, and he likes me. So you know,
Well, you know,
he's got
he
fault.
can't have everything.
He's got his fault.
Yeah. So, yeah,
But at least
I'll
he
say my
thinks I'm
Bulldog is
cool.
perfect. You know.
I got somebody out there that thinks I'm cool other than my mom. So
We all think you're cool, man. KOOL, because it's the brand of cigarette you smoke. I'm kidding.
See them? Oh yeah.
Grignac.
Grognak the Barbarian. So this game that I play, Fallout 4, you can collect magazines, like you get skills for collecting magazines, and obviously this is a take on Conan the Barbarian. There's Grognak the Barbarian. And I think a lot of the stories, a lot of the covers are sort of based on old Conan. Come with the Trickster. What sorcery this? I think this one's based in the snows. Is that the Frost Giant's daughter or something like that? Is it based on that one maybe? And you got look in the bosom of the Corsair Queen. That's obviously supposed to be Belit of the Black Coast.
Yeah.
I just thought I'd show that.
Mark, by the hoary host of Grognak.
All right. So who's going to be the first to get this pop culture reference? Grignac means rock.
What?
Grignac.
What's that pop culture reference? Grignac means rock.
That sounds familiar.
Sounds like a Flintstones reference.
Grignac.
Not quite.
I don't know. What they call the Ben Grimm the thing on Planet X? I don't know.
It's a movie.
No clue.
Oh, the Galaxy Quest, according to Kate.
Galaxy Quest?
Katie got it.
Oh,
Galaxy Quest.
Okay.
Katie's brilliant.
Grignac.
And he says,
Katie, you're awesome.
yeah, I have no idea.
I love that movie. I didn't get it.
Galaxy Quest.
I love that movie too.
Grignac means rock.
Okay.
Alan Rickman was fantastic in that, by the way.
He was a great actor overall.
Yeah, he was brilliant.
I mean,
and you know,
when he was sheriff of Nottingham, he went, Christmas is cancelled.
Yeah. What's Nauman looking for?
Well,
Nauman's stripping.
It is.
Nauman's taking off his clothes to go off.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
snap.
there you go. I thought
Snap.
you showed that, so I
Dueling Commandees.
Is that like Julian Banjos?
Yeah.
No. You hear the Star Trek battle music.
This is about old flap that I need to redo.
Awesome. I can't wait to see that parody art. Yeah, Nauman, I need that. Sure, you want to trade that to me, don't you?
Yeah, we're never going to get a Galaxy Quest.
That's another origin
Well,
story.
man.
Superman, another origin story of Superman.
Yeah. All the Superman 100 issues were retelling of the origins, so.
I'm a huge King fan.
Who fan?
Stephen King fan.
Oh, Stephen King.
I like Stephen King books as well.
My wife's a big Stephen King fan. I got her a first edition.
I got
of
Mike
one of
Reel's signature right there.
Hey, there you go.
Oh yeah.
I got my wife a Stephen King first edition hardcover book, and she's like, "Yeah, okay, that's nice." And I'm like, "Come on now, give me some credit." All right, now you need to let go of that too. You need that. That's got to come my way too. Now.
Got Jim Lee's signature right there.
Yeah, that's why my brain's so jumbled. CJ.
Hey, Simple Saddle.
Heavy metal.
Which one is that? A newer one?
It's the first one, first issue.
Oh wow.
We get a little bit of rain.
I don't remember that. cover for some reason. I thought it was a different cover.
Yeah, that's first issue, very first issue. I
Wow.
got it personally.
Wow.
And of course, I have to get this one.
I'm familiar with this.
1981 issue.
Yeah.
That's when the movie came out.
Yeah, when the
Yeah.
movie came out. So
I was gonna get a comic the other day that had that on the cover of it, one of them new IDW things or whatever, and I'm like, nah, I don't need that.
I think I want to get it. I'm going to get that one with the comic version they have.
Are you gonna have that? Are you gonna have that image tattooed on your lower back as a tramp stamp, Norman? Or do you
I don't
already
do
have
that.
you got a tramp stamp tattoo?
No
on
needles
you.
near my body.
He can't have that. He's already
No
got one.
needle. Wait, what?
No needles near my body.
I was stupid and bored today, so I went ahead and posted my pink dolphin on Instagram just to make people laugh.
Was that your pink dolphin on Instagram, Kyle?
Yeah, that's my pink dolphin.
I think he just uses his magic markers.
Yeah, I think Simon's got them Tana books. Showed them on his channel.
I love
before.
Tana.
Yeah, I don't think I could magic marker this one off my neck and
Thank you,
shoulder
Simon,
here.
John.
So.
Yeah.
Hey, Simon.
He's got a Smurf tattooed on his neck.
So
I
I
got
have
the
one of my own
cover of-
drawings as a tattoo of a character that I did in the mid-90s that almost became a TV series. And I was 40 when I got the damn tattoo. And we were on a cruise for my parents' 50th anniversary.
Yeah.
And this guy goes, "Hey, Billy, did you show your daddy your tattoo?" And I was like, "Oh, crap." and then he asked if my wife got one. And I said, and I could have lied. And if I had, he would have thought, "Oh, that's a couple thing. No big deal." But I had to tell the truth. And I go, "No, sir, she didn't." He goes, "Billy, what the hell were you thinking? I was in the military 26 damn years and I never got a wild hair up my ass to get a tattoo." I was like 40 years old. I was 40. And then at dinner that night, I go, "Mom, you've been strangely silent about my tattoo. Billy, I expect these hijinks from you, these shenanigans from you." So I was 40.
You're always 12, mate. You're always 12 with your parents.
Make me smaller, man. Please.
It's lucky you didn't go out refreshed, mate. That kind of blinking fresh up, blimey. So
Here, let me show off all my tattoos. See, I got to get naked. Wow.
No, you're all right, mate.
No thanks.
I've got no tattoos on my own
Somebody,
body.
please, quick, show comic books, please.
I've got 0 tattoos on my body. I've got 0 interest in seeing other people's tattoos, to be honest. Like what you do on your body is your business. I don't give, unless it's a sexy woman, maybe I'll be interested in seeing her tattoos. But
All right. Well,
do
you
anything.
asked for it. Okay. You want to see the naked woman on my back?
No,
I
we
said
didn't ask
sexy
for it.
woman.
We didn't ask for
Sexy
it.
woman, not a fat ass, blinking hairy old man.
I ain't got no hair
I
on my
already got
back.
flashed last night. I don't need another one.
He's not
I got
Robin Williams.
I got a naked woman tattooed on my back. It's the monkey on my back. It's actually good art. So
Yeah.
if I can get a
I know,
decent
Carl,
picture
but it's
of it,
on
I'll
your
post
back.
it on Instagram.
You
The
got a
monkey
naked
on my
woman
back.
tattooed on your
I
back.
want to sleep tonight.
You got a naked woman tattooed on your back, so your marine friends could picture it as something else. Is that what was going
Yeah.
on?
Well, they were riding me like a Shetland pony.
Okay, so that means Carl's going to show us his now.
Now this is what got me in trouble though.
Yeah.
That's my own damn character. It's my artwork.
People's tattoos. Did we miss here? Sorry.
What character was that called?
The human guinea pig.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And it basically his powers come from anything he ingests gives him a different superpower. So he could drink a bottle of scotch and maybe he might glow, maybe he might explode. You never know.
All right, let's play. Name that homage.
I get
Name that homage. Okay, let's go.
I found that I get superpowers when I drink a bottle of scotch.
That is Spider-Man 300.
All right.
Oh yeah. I saw that the other day. Someone showed that on the channel the other day.
Me.
What are you straight at the camera, mate? That's the X-Men one. 100 or
X-Men
something.
100.
Is it?
X-Men 100.
Bloody
Is
hell.
that the naked woman? I can't.
Oh, giant size X-Men 1.
Yeah.
Is that my naked woman? You guys got to guide me.
We don't. No, mate. But yeah, I see some boobs there. Yeah.
Dracula?
Yeah, Dracula.
Dracula, yeah.
Okay, fine. I won't film a naked woman.
Oh,
What the
Donkey
heck is
Kong.
that? Oh, Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong. I got that Scotty Young cover. Charlie's Angels.
No.
This is a very obscure one. This is a very
Oh,
obscure one.
Buffy.
No,
No?
it's like Gun
he not-
Honeys or something like
Is
that.
it not one of them like high school hijinks kind of show, like Porky or something like
Buffy
that?
the Vampire
Yeah,
Slayer.
it's one of those risque show from 70s.
Porky's?
Something like that, but it's actually I don't even remember. It's one of those half rated R movies. Those you know.
No, you cannot run a quiz when you don't know the answer.
Yeah, well, that one. Oh, you all got it. That one, okay?
You were just hoping we knew, weren't you?
Yeah.
No idea who that one is.
No idea. Woman on a bed.
Really? You guys don't know what that one is?
No.
Looks like a Poison Ivy.
It's not
knockoff.
Madame Xanadu, is it?
No.
You see, imagine that person swinging rather than jumping.
Spider-Man?
That Tarzan thing.
Spider-Man, what?
Or a giant woman on
There's
it.
a lot of
Spider-Man and Black Cat?
There's that one too, but
You've got to show
Spider-Man
the original
601.
name.
Spider-Man 601.
Oh,
Jessica Campbell issue.
What's the homage of? It's a homage of Spider-Man 601. I don't get it.
Here's
Or
some
is
J.
Spider-Man
Scott Campbell
601?
seat cover.
Go look for Spider-Man
Batman
601.
Returns.
Oh, gee, I wonder what that is. Sorry.
All right.
Civil War 1. No, I'm kidding. I don't know.
That's that X-Men 100. Same as X-Men 100.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to show you guys something here.
Oh, okay.
Two in the
Oh,
front, and this is
duh.
good.
That's
Oh, that's
great.
the-
I love that.
Superman, Spider-Man.
Yep.
Superman, Spider-Man. Yeah.
Wait, saw that earlier, didn't we? Yeah.
Yeah. The Fonz jumping the shark.
You know, yeah, right. That exact. Or Batman and the Joker in the surfing contest from the Batman show.
It's one of those Archie books.
Oh,
It is an
yeah.
Archie book.
Huh?
That is
Well,
You know,
yeah.
you got to give Archie some props. They've had the Punisher. They've had everybody in the world has crossed over with them. Oh, that's great. Oh, is that
Just bang bang.
takeoff of the Spider-Woman
Spider-Woman
cover?
Yeah.
The Milo Manara cover.
I'm
Yeah.
going to give this away. It's X-Men 100 again, right?
Oh, yeah.
Boy, that one swiped a lot, didn't it?
Can you just put that one back? That's the famous Venus.
Yeah.
That also is a bit like the Justice League America with the Justice Society America.
That's true. Good point.
Well, it's
Does
also,
it have a
like
guy in the
Challenge of the
middle?
Super Friends.
It doesn't have a guy standing in the middle. No, it does have the two people.
Because
on
you got to have a Xavier in the middle, right?
We're gonna call Nauman Dr. Homage from now on.
that reminds me.
Dr. Homage.
That
What are
really
you doing
surprised
today?
me.
Okay, this one's going to be hard. This is going to be hard.
No clue. Goonies?
Goonies, yes, you got it. Okay,
Nauman, you were all over the place this week, buddy.
Okay.
You're knocking it out of the park.
okay. Now you guys been saying that all these X-Men homages, 100 homages. You guys saying this is X-Men 100, right?
Yeah.
Guy in the middle. What does X-Men 100 show? Let me go show you the X-Men 100. All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna show you how you guys are wrong on that one.
Oh, he's schooling us.
Okay. This is X-Men 100. What does X-Men 100 says?
Professor X.
Fight to
Yeah,
the
but-
death, right?
But why is he standing?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't need my wheelchair anymore. I've been faking all these years.
So he's putting these two groups to fight, right? And you say this is homage to X-Men 100, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I know
you
you're
wrong.
going somewhere with this.
Yeah, I'm gonna prove you guys wrong. There's even older homage than that.
It's a DC, isn't it? Yep.
Oh right. Okay.
I'm not sure that counts.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, that's a Carmine Infantino
Fight to
cover.
the death, right there in the middle.
Yeah.
That's a K, not an X.
You don't think so?
No.
You can't. No.
You don't think this is homage to that one?
No.
No.
Come on. X and K and the fight to the
What?
death.
Sorry, X and K. It could
X
be
and
any
K.
letter with X.
Come on, guys.
What had K got to do with X?
Well, just that you got using these letters to.
Well, they
Well,
look,
letters
they
to
look
homage
the
the,
most
this-
alike of any letters,
Oh
I
my
guess. K and
god.
X.
You got you got two people fighting,
No. I'm
two
afraid you're
super team fighting, and
Yeah, there's some similarity, but I think the
I
two
would say-
people facing off against
I would
each other.
say this X-Men 100 is a homage to this one.
Maybe the society does that.
Okay,
but
well, this is very subjective then, I guess. Huh?
Well, who did the cover of 100? Was that Dave Cockrum?
Yeah, that's Dave Cockrum.
Dave Cockrum? Yeah.
Well, I mean, I will say this. I will say this to what Naman's saying. Cockrum started at DC, so it's very possible that he had that cover in mind, and in a sense, but I don't think it's a direct. I wouldn't call it a direct homage, but I would say it does have some similar characteristics.
It could be the template for his idea for the cover. He saw it out. Well, that was cool. Let's add a few more people in there.
He says here, X-Men versus X-Men in a battle to death, betrayed by Professor X. Fight to the death.
Okay.
I mean, you're making good points.
I mean, come on, man. Fight to the death. Fight to the death. This is fight to the death homage.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's
We'll
similarity.
just give you that one.
Odds are you can pull up a 1940s movie poster that has
Not
something like
convinced
that.
All right. Then I just give you guys the easy one. Here you go.
The original Vision
Yeah.
from Marvel.
Yeah.
No, but from 1941.
Yeah. Oh, but
Which
Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four 1.
I love that one.
I think I'm done with the homage.
You know, I think there are probably more homage covers that parody the Fantastic Four #1 than any other one that I can think
You think
of.
this one's the most homage?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. There's quite a lot of homages to.
Well, I think we did
300.
homage on covers.
Yeah.
There's a few Jimmy Olsen covers that are homages of like older pulp kind of magazines. The one where he becomes Giant Turtle Boy, literally that cover is taken from an earlier pulp. And another one where I think he's riding a giant ant, and that also come from an earlier pulp. Oh,
Right.
trying to remember what the numbers were now.
Another big one that's homaged a lot of Strankos to Hulk Special #1, Hulk Annual #1.
Yeah.
Which is an homage to Atlas anyway. World on his back, so. But homages of homages of homages.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Homage
Anyway,
du fromage.
I thought that was.
That's exactly what I was going to say, Kyle. You beat me to omelette de fromage.
Omelette du fromage.
That's an old Steve Martin joke.
I put tuna fish in my shoes.
Gray, the only problem.
And when I leave with a woman,
I'd like a shoe with cheese on it, please.
Yeah, Gray, we do have a problem in that Bill and Kyle have got a similar sense of humour.
Oh yeah. Shocking.
I don't know. I would have compared yours and my senses of humor more, Mark. I don't know.
Well, I don't know.
It seems like we make each other laugh a lot. At least I don't know. I
And,
don't know why.
and when I break up with the woman, I say I break with thee, I break with thee, I break with thee, and I throw dog poop on her shoes.
And my favorite Steve Martin joke though is he when he has kids, when he said, when I have kids, I'm going to teach them how to say everything wrong. So the first day of school, he's going to raise his hand and say, "May I mambo dog face? May I mambo dog face to the banana patch?" It makes no sense whatsoever.
Banana patch. Yep. Yeah.
Thank you.
I know, I'm sorry. That's a good joke.
Rubber.
Come on.
What's that movie called where he plays a complete idiot?
The Jerk.
The Jerk.
Yeah.
I was born a poor black child, and the ongoing original joke from the comedy bit was, I was born a poor black child, then I had my skin bleached and my cock shortened.
That's so wrong. That is so wrong. So I used to own a Subaru Brat, and my niece was like 5 at the time, and she would always say, "Where's your jerk? Where's your jerk?" She thought it was a Subaru Jerk instead of a Brat. And so I for years we always called my car the Jerk. So kids.
Hey, so in the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, when they pull away from the bulldozers and almost get hit by a car, what kind of car is it?
A Pinto.
Ford. No, it's an old Ford, isn't it? Is it a Ford?
Yeah.
A Pinto is an old Ford.
It's a character's name.
Ford Perfect. Ford Prefect.
It's a Ford Prefect. I was wondering why Graham didn't answer it, but he's on the telephone. So.
Calling us all young gentlemen.
I wish he could wait until the end of this to make his prank phone calls to the Queen, or to the King, I should say.
Yeah, his girl's calling him. She's like, "Yeah, you've been on too long."
It's a booty call.
All right, let's all make fun. All right, everybody get up and twerk. Now he's got to watch us, so now we got to get up and twerk. We got to twerk.
Okay, we're done. That's all I'm going to do.
We got to twerk.
Nauman and Mark are much smarter than we are. To twerk or not to twerk, and Mark's going, never twerk.
I look for excuses to twerk.
I just don't know how to twerk. I have...
Man,
my rear end has never had twerking lessons.
Him and his buddy on that drinking bit of that, doing that twerk, man, they had me going. Him and Elric twerking. Oh my God, I shot milk out of my nose.
If you'd been on national television with that, you'd have got about £1 million raised.
Absolutely.
Get them to stop.
Okay.
That was my dad. He was saying, "Why are you hanging out with these losers for?" I said, "I can't. What can I say?"
Hey, it's an homage. Who am I?
And who's that idiot with the tattoo? That's what he has.
Yeah, exactly. He's hanging out with these idiots.
None up here.
I said, here's Jimmy Olsen.
Oh,
hey, Jimmy.
Turtle Man. And there is the one it's parodying.
That's good.
Really
Good homage.
Yeah. It's not his act, but, bloody near as damn it,
I'll be right back, guys.
Your computer's working better now.
Didn't you want us to? Yeah, it seems to be all right for a second. Yeah, weirdly. Did you want us?
I'm getting a little bit of rain, and it just keeps knocking my internet out.
Bill disappeared. He sent me about 10 pictures. He's only asked me to show one of them.
Well, show the rest of them. Show the rest of them while he's not here. Bill, you're not here, so we're going to show the rest of your pictures.
There's no point because there won't be any context unless he's here to tell us what it is we're looking at.
Well, when he gets back, tell him you showed all the pictures with no context.
Well, gentlemen, I'm gonna go get something to eat.
Yeah, mate.
I'm heading off too, guys. We've done 2 hours.
Yeah. I've got to go soon as well. Get my dinner on. See you later, guys. See you next week sometime.
Yeah. See you guys. Good show. Enjoyed meeting your grand nephew.
Yeah. I'll get him on
Everyone's
as often as I can. So
Oh, Naman's gone?
Yeah,
we got to pass.
Well, I think
We got to pass the knowledge on.
Aw. Well, hey, Mark's gone too?
Yeah, it's been 2 hours. So all
Yeah,
these people,
buddy
all right,
Balin,
so
what
this
happened?
This
There we
is
go.
the podcast area of the secret comic book store. And you want to show the pictures of the store itself?
well, there's a couple of.
Well, yeah, me that book has made more appearances on this episode.
and
And
that's
then
another.
I have two pictures of the two sides of the wall. It just you should be able to find them. Yeah, that's one, and then there's another one like that. It's just a really nice place. It looks like a closed dollar store from the outside, so no one really knows what it is unless you know what it is. So
There you go.
well, I'm glad we got to that. But I will be doing podcasts from that area pretty soon. But look at that. That's just beautiful.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful copy, I'll tell you.
So's your pretty face, though. So if I had to pick between the two, Bill, I'd pick you.
Oh, I'm going to cry like a baby.
There's
I
your
do want to
big
show
compliment.
one thing that I got last week that's not comic related.
We're covering him up instead.
Mhm.
Oh, that's a good picture. Okay, so I bought, this is not a real cell. This is a cell that they sold at Disneyland back in the day. And I picked it up last week from a friend of mine. I liked it. That was nice. What else? I was going to show you something else, and I can't remember. Well, I'll save the Tezuka stuff for next time.
Okay.
But well, it's been fantastic, guys. I look forward to next week. And Graham, as usual, thank you for all you do.
No worries, mate. Thanks for coming
I
on.
appreciate you, buddy. And
Next
Kyle,
week
you
we
know,
should
I
have
appreciate
Crime
you.
Buster
You're my
Scott
brother from
on.
another mother.
It's always a pleasure, Bill. Yeah, next week we should have Crime Buster Scott on. So
Ooh, Crime Buster.
That's
he
very-
that went public domain, and since it went public domain, he started printing it on his own and continuing stories with it. So
Oh, that's great. I love that character.
Plus, Uncle Sam versus Cthulhu was his other comic
Yeah.
book.
Uncle Sam versus Cthulhu?
Yeah.
yep.
How did I miss that one on the stands?
Now it's a Kickstarter project, but you'll hear all about it next week. So
Great.
as long as he's got his wind back, he had lung problems, and then him and his wife got C19. So
Good.
he's had a rough month. But he's the reason Graham and I know each other. So it's been a long time coming to get him on the show. So
That's great.
uh,
Well, fellas, it's been great. We'll see you next week. And cheers from Texas.
hey,
Yeah.
one more time with the dog dance.
Yeah. One more dog dance, please.
We got to go with the song. Come here, puppy. You gonna dance? Ready?
Who let the dogs out? Who?
No, it's Graham's song. If he's gonna play it, dog's gonna dance to it with us.
Amazing day.
Here we go.
Y'all have a great amazing day. Have a great amazing day. I hope you have a great amazing day.
Have a great amazing day, everybody. See you
All
next
right.
time.
See you, fellas.